So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about energy management um, as an entrepreneur, or like if you have a mission in life. Personally, I am someone who tends to go like, really, I want to make this happen. So for me, it's always been like a challenge to be more consistent and also just maintaining that energy well in a healthy way. Because to be honest, I'm someone who I can be very passionate and purposeful, but I'm all over the place. Like sometimes I'm like really tired. Sometimes I don't sleep well, even though I try. I try to I put effort into it. It just doesn't work out sometimes, and then I get really hyped up when I get a result, and then when times are bad, sometimes my motivation drops, and so these are things that like make it more difficult because if you have a serious big goal in life, like most of the time these are these are not goals that you're going to achieve in 6 months, in 1 year, or in 2 years, right? This might take 3 years or more if you have a big goal. So really, the most important thing is not to do a sprint, but to do like a marathon, right? You want to have a consistent high energy output, not you know not just a burst of energy that's random and chaotic. So you want to be able to do the work every day properly, in a healthy way, and in a way where ideally you also enjoy it and stay passionate. So for me, I think what like helps me in this way is just having, well, one of the things is like having my health in check. I'm like sleeping well, because sometimes it's better like if I can work 10 hours a day and I am enthusiastic about it, than working like 14 hours a day and just being all over the place. So sleeping well, being healthy, eating well really makes a big difference. But then also it's like the mental side of things, where even if your health is in check physically, you're still probably experiencing a lot of pressure from trying to achieve this goal. And then when something might not go your way, or you might set a goal and you might not achieve it in the time frame that you would have hoped, or maybe you're grinding too much and you lose passion. So this is like the mental or spiritual or emotional side of it. And you want to, this is like probably more than equally important as like the physical side of things. So yeah, you want to make sure that you pay attention to that as well. And really, you're going to notice that if you're trying to take care of your health, but you still feel like something is not right, like you're lacking energy and purpose, then yeah, you're going to need to take care of the mental, emotional, spiritual side of things. So how can you fix that? Meditation. That's, well, there's more things that you can do, but for me, I found one of the most useful tools to align myself mentally or spiritually, whichever way you want to see or call it. But like if I can feel within my body where certain blocks are, or why I am not experiencing passion anymore, why I'm not excited about this anymore, or why do I feel like maybe this is not the way I want to be going with my life anymore. If I can feel that out, then I can align myself to a better place, and I can start healing myself in that direction. So that takes time, but mostly it takes you consciously actually setting aside time for that and becoming more aware of those things. So if you are more aware, then you can start doing, you can start aligning better, you can start reaching your goals better, and you can also go after the type of goals that you're actually genuinely passionate about. And so that's actually like a big part of energy management, is just making sure that what you're working on is something that's actually aligned and something that gives you energy rather than something that just takes energy out of you, right? And that doesn't mean that there won't or can't be periods where you grind it out. But generally, it needs to feel, there needs to be a big pulling force, a pulling aspect there. We're actually motivated to go after that without relying on willpower all the time. That's the way you're going to get to bigger goals. You need to be genuine about it. So it's a combination of health, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. If you take care of these things, if you genuinely set aside time for that, and if you genuinely try to be aware of that and take steps to fix that, you will see, you will start getting more energy. And it might not be like immediately, you might need some weeks, but it's probably going to be worth it because you're just going to feel a lot better about your goals. And also you're going to feel not just better, but also more energized. So you can actually start working again. You can actually feel like you can put your energy into that. So that's a good thing. And that feels good when you can rediscover that again, especially when you're coming out of like a period where maybe you've been a little bit burned out or a little bit tired. So that helps. And like, especially remember, if you want to set big goals, you really need to dig consistently each day. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So let me know if you have any comments or questions. Yeah, check out my main channel also if you want to learn more about sales and business. But yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day. I will see you soon. Cheers.